Let's talk about the blue elephant in the room. For decades, the blue elephant is representing one of the most known open source technologies in the world, PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL is in fact one of the most popular database engines on the planet. As of December 2022, PostgreSQL ranks fourth in popularity among databases worldwide according to dbengines.com. Postgres is classified as an RDBMS or Relational Database Management System, but it is unique among its peers. You cannot operate PostgreSQL the same way you do SQL Server or MySQL. Some of the PostgreSQL unique features include multi-version concurrency control, also called MVCC, a process called vacuum to eliminate outdated data. The language used for PostgreSQL is a flavor of SQL called PGSQL. Unique library of plugins that add functionality to the database engine. Ability to create custom data types. PostgreSQL's license model that allows free use for any purpose. Let's dig into these features. First, PostgreSQL uses multi-version concurrency control, MVCC, as an alternative to locking. Quoting from PostgreSQL documentation. This means that each SQL statement sees a snapshot of data, a database version, as it was some time ago, regardless of the current state of the underlying data. This prevents statements from viewing inconsistent data produced by concurrent transactions, performing updates on the same data rows, providing transaction isolation for each database session. MVCC, by skewing the locking methodologies of traditional database systems, minimizes lock contention in order to allow for reasonable performance in multi-user environments. Let's illustrate this. We insert the record, name and age. Let's say the name is Angel and the age is 20. The record has a version number. For simplicity, let's say this record is version 1. Now, we run a transaction, a query that includes this version. At the same time, someone updates the record because Angel is 21 years old. Behind the scenes, PostgreSQL creates a new record with a different version, let's say version 2. And version 1 will remain available while the first query or the first transaction is running. The read operations never lock write operations unless explicitly locked. This is just a brief explanation, and in future episodes we will discuss how MVCC affects isolations levels, logs, etc. Now, let's talk about the vacuum process. In the previous example, once the query grabs information on version 1 and this query is done, that version is entirely useless. The data is updated. Yet, it remains on the disk until PostgreSQL deletes all old versions of the records in a table. This process is called vacuum. Vacuuming can be triggered manually and automatically. The PostgreSQL vacuum needs monitoring because it can affect database performance. Third, the PGSQL language. PGSQL is the language used to communicate with the database engine. It can create functions, procedures, and triggers that control structures to the SQL language, among other functions. One particular feature that makes PostgreSQL unique is that it is pluggable. The community has created open source and enterprise plugins to solve problems that PostgreSQL alone can't. Examples are TimescaleDB, time series database, Cetus Data, solve the problem of distributed data, PG Audit for compliance auditing, PostGIS, geographical information. The plugins make PostgreSQL more robust and extend the engine capabilities. PostgreSQL has a wide variety of data types, and if none of those data types can solve a problem, you can create a custom data type that suits your needs. Finally, the open source license allows any use, commercial or not, for this technology. Some database engines might share some of these features, but very few, if any, share all the features described here. I hope you enjoyed this video and this series. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can keep talking about the blue elephant in the room.